right. How's everybody doing? We good today? Good deal. Okay. So today we are going to work on relieving some tension in our hips and in our shoulders, because that's where research says that we hold the most tension and stress and anxiety in our emotions. So today we're going to get started at the back of our mat, and we're just going to sit back on our heels. And I just want you to close your eyes. We're going to get settled in here. Maybe your hands are flat, palms flat onto your thighs for grounding, or maybe they're up for receiving. Maybe you roll your shoulders down your back, and just start with breathing your normal breath cycle for a few breaths of in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now I want you guys to start using your breath. I want you to take a big inhale for a count of 3. I want you to hold and then exhale through your nose for a count of 3. And I want you to continue this on your own breath and your own count. If it feels better to go to a count of 5, you can do a count of 5. I just want us to really focus on our breath. Our breath is really calming for us. I've been using my breath a lot lately throughout this pandemic. This week, I kind of had a little bit of a breakdown, and my boyfriend Daniel got to witness it. I screamed and I yelled and I cried, and I just came to a breaking point, overwhelmed with emotions. I work in the healthcare field, and I still have to go into the hospitals at bedside. I'm submerged into the atmosphere of this pandemic, hearing what's going on, consumed by emails and text messages and conference calls, and working late at night, feeling the stress of going to bedside and putting the patients at risk and myself at risk. I'm having to attend a training and become a feeding assistant in the nursing homes, and that is stepping out of my comfort zone and overwhelming, in addition to the job that I'm still having to do. And worrying about my family, about their safety and their health, and whether they're taking the precautions that they need to stay safe. So it becomes very overwhelming, but at the same time, I'm very grateful. I'm grateful that things have kind of slowed down in my personal life, in a sense, to where I can enjoy the outdoors more. I can appreciate the small things, the little things, the beautiful things, like having church service in my backyard yesterday with my boyfriend as my dog played. Being able just to spend more time outdoors, feeling the cool breeze along my shoulders, smelling the fresh air, and just being appreciative of that downtime. So I'm stuck in this in-between feeling. I'm feeling overwhelmed and feeling grateful at the same time. And I think we all are. So today we're going to spend time just trying to open those areas where we hold all that stress. And then maybe throughout your practice today, you think of something that you are grateful for throughout this pandemic. Maybe you hold on to that throughout your practice today. Let's begin to open our eyes slowly and gently. And we're going to bring our hands beside us. Your top of your hands are facing the front of your mat. So let's roll our shoulders down and back. Let's engage our core, bringing belly button to spine. And we're just going to inhale as we come up, lifting your arms up to the sky and pushing your hips forward. And then exhale, coming back down onto those heels. So we're going to do that a few times. So inhale up, holding here, pushing those hips forward. And exhale, sit back. Let's do that one more time. From here, we're just going to place our hands down and walk your hands out, coming into puppy pose. So we're just going to stretch our shoulders out. Again, research shows that we hold a lot of tension and stress and emotion in our shoulders and in our hips and our jaws. So we're just going to try to open those areas. You're just trying to drop your chest and chin to the mat with every inhale and exhale. Maybe you can reach a little further. Okay, let's slowly and mindfully walk our hands back to tabletop. Bringing your wrists underneath your shoulders here. We're going to take a few rounds of cat-cow. So we're going to inhale as we look up, arch your spine. Exhale as you push the ground away, really rounding that upper back. Again, inhale, look up. Exhale, pushes the ground away, belly button to spine. Taking a few more of these on your own breath. Moving how your body feels and needs. Maybe moving your hips side to side. Maybe taking some C curves with your spine. Whatever feels good. Maybe taking one more before meeting me in neutral spine. So coming back to a neutral spine, we're going to take our right leg out to the side like a gate pose leg. And we're going to keep our left hand planted, and we're going to inhale the right arm up. So looking up or looking down, whatever feels good on your neck. It's really trying to twist open here. So from here, we're going to take that right arm and we're just going to thread the needle under, not letting the arm hit the mat, and inhale the arm back up. So again, thread the needle and inhale it back up. One more time. Exhale that arm through and inhale up. Planting the right hand down, keeping your leg where it is, we're just going to inhale up, arms overhead. And exhale the right arm down, left arm over, coming into gate pose. Looking up or looking down again here, whatever feels good on your neck. Inhaling back up, planting those hands to the mat, and bringing that right leg in line with left. And we're just going to switch sides. So bringing the left leg out, keeping the right hand planted, we'll inhale the left arm up. Staying here and just really trying to maybe rotate that heart open towards the sky. From here, we're going to thread the needle. So maybe you take an inhale and then exhale, threading it through. Inhale back up and exhale it through. One more time. Inhale up and exhale through. Coming back down with that hand, and we'll inhale both arms up overhead and exhale the left arm down, right arm over. Looking up or looking down. Still in a nice stretch here under your right side body. Coming back up and planting those hands down and bringing that knee back in line to tabletop. Let's spread our fingers wide, and we're going to curl our toes under, coming up into your first down dog. So from here, maybe you stay in stillness, or maybe you walk your dog, bending one knee and then the other. Maybe you shift your hips right and then left. Or maybe you come up on those tippy toes, stretching those toes. Whatever feels good. Making sure the weight's in between your weight is in your first finger and your thumb. Your gaze is towards your belly button. You're not locking out those elbows. Really trying to push through those palms, get your hips towards the ceiling or the sky. Let's come back down to our knees to tabletop. And we're going to come back into that gate pose sort of, but more of a modified side plank, I'd say. So you're going to take your right leg and you're going to bring it in line with your left, okay? And we're going to keep the left hand planted and we're going to inhale the right arm up. So you're going to feel that this is a little bit of a balanced pose here. So from here, we're going to thread the needle like we did before. So we'll take an inhale and exhale, thread it through. Back up with an inhale and exhale, thread it through. One more time, inhale and exhale, thread it through. Inhale that arm back up one last time and then plant it down, coming back to tabletop. We're going to switch sides. So taking that left leg out and then back in line with your right. So you're almost here in this modified side plank. Inhaling the left arm up. And let's thread it through. Inhale back up. Exhale, thread it through. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale back up. And plant the hand and come back to tabletop. So from tabletop, we're going to push back up to our down dog. So from down dog, I'm going to give you the option here. So you are going to go through basically a vinyasa. You can do it modified or you can do it regular by coming into your plank. So I'm going to come into it modified. So I'm going to roll out to this plank, come down to my knees, elbows in as I come down through my chaturanga. Inhale as I shine my heart through. Exhale, curling my toes under, coming into down dog. So again, you can challenge yourself by coming to full plank. So we're going to do that again, coming out to plank. From here, you can go through your chaturanga or come to your knees. Inhale as you shine your heart through. Exhale, down dog. Do that one more time. Chaturanga. Inhale, shining the heart through. Exhale, down dog. So from down dog, we're going to walk our hands to the back of the mat. We're going to widen our stance, just bringing your feet to the edges of the mat. And we're just going to hang here in ragdoll. So maybe you grab opposite elbow, picture framing your face. Maybe you sway side to side, shaking your head yes and then no. Maybe you bend one knee and then the other. Whatever feels good. You let your arms dangle down. Letting that neck release. Try not to hold any tension there. Let's release. Let's heel toe our feet back together. Big toes together, heels apart. Let's inhale, coming all the way up. And let's exhale as we fold right back down. Let's inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Walk our hands out to plank. So this time we're in our full plank. If you need to come down to your knees and have modified plank, you can. But from here, we're gonna bend our knees and hover our knees. We're gonna push back up to regular plank. Let's do that again. We're gonna bend our knees and hover, really using your core. And push back up to regular plank. One more time. Bend those knees and hover. Push up, regular plank. And push back to down dog. From down dog, we're gonna inhale the right leg up, three-legged dog. And we're gonna bend that knee in, knee to nose, and plant that foot in between your hands. From here, we're gonna come onto that left knee. So you're in this low runner's lunge. And we're gonna inhale our arms up overhead. So staying here with your arms overhead for a moment, making sure your knee and ankle are in line, softening through that left hip flexor. Let's take our left arm under our right, coming into eagle arms. So you can stay here, or you can inhale up with those shoulders and maybe back for a little back bend. Inhaling back to center, unwinding those arms, lifting them up overhead. Taking an inhale, and then exhale, bringing them back, around, and back up. So you're making this circle. Inhale, and exhale, open that heart wide. One more. Inhale those arms up, and plant those hands down to the mat, curling those left toes under. You're just gonna step the left foot up to meet right. We're gonna inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. One more time, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Let's plant our hands to the mat and let's lift our right foot and step it back to the back of the mat. And we're gonna drop that right knee down. So you're in this low runner's lunge here on your knee. Inhale your arms up overhead, holding here for a moment as you check in with your leg, making sure your ankle and knee are in line and that you're softening through your right hip flexor. We're gonna take our right arm under this time, left arm over, holding here. Or maybe you inhale, lifting those shoulders up and back for a little back bend. Still lunging into that left leg, softening that right hip flexor. Coming back to center, unwinding those arms, inhaling them up. Exhale, dropping them back, out and around and back up. Exhale, dropping them back, around and back up. One more. Let's plant those hands to the mat, curl those toes under, those right toes, and step up to the top of the mat. Let's inhale with a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up to the top of the mat and sinking into your chair. So here in your chair, you want to make sure you can see your toes. You want to activate that core, the little tuck to your tailbone. So you're one straight line of energy here as you sit down. Let's exhale to Tadasana. Okay, so we're gonna do that again, adding some movement to the chair. Inhale up, exhale into your chair.
So from here, I want you to straighten those legs and fly your arms back. So I want you to hold here for a moment. So I really want you to think about having a flat back here, really engaging that core. You want to almost be as if you're in a 90-degree angle here. So you don't want to be down here. You want to use that core and your back to really be in a straight line here. You want to think about your arms. You don't want your arms to be way up here. You want them to be in line with your body, palms flat, really activating through those triceps. Looking straight out and down in front of you to protect your neck. Let's inhale up, chair. Exhale, flying those arms, having that flat back. Really thinking of pushing that back towards the sky, engaging that core. Beautiful, Maria. Inhale up, chair. We're gonna do that one more time. Fly those arms back. Beautiful, Phyllis. Inhale up, chair. This time, we're going to fly those arms back, but as we do, we're gonna come up on those tippy toes. So we're gonna take an inhale here and exhale, coming on those tippy toes as you fly those arms back. Still trying to keep that flat back, trying to push those palms towards the ceiling. Exhale, put those heels towards the mat. Come back up into your chair. Again, coming up on those tippy toes as you straighten those legs, flying those arms. Drop those heels, inhale, chair. One more time, coming up on those tippy toes as you fly those arms back. This time I want you to stay on your toes. I want you to try to come up to this chair on your toes and then sink down into this ball squat. So holding here. Good job, Amy. Coming back up on your toes and drop those heels down to your Tadasana. Okay, from your Tadasana, we're gonna come into our dancer's pose. So we're gonna put the weight through your right foot. So we're going to inhale your right arm up, left arm out like a serving tray. Grabbing that left foot and bringing your knee back in line with the right. So taking an inhale, exhale as you lean forward, pushing that foot into that hand, trying to balance here. You come out, come back in. Coming back up, keeping a hold of that foot. Releasing that foot. Woo. Inhaling that left arm up and the knee up. So holding here and shooting that leg back to warrior three. So really pushing up that lower back towards the sky, flexing that back foot. Let's step the left foot back to the back of the mat, coming into crescent. So here in crescent, you're lunging into this right leg, but I want you to inhale, lifting up through that rib cage as you sink a little lower. Try not to lock out your elbows, really activating through those shoulders. You're going to take your left arm down as you rotate the back foot to warrior two. You want to have that heel to arch alignment here in your feet. You're going to be looking over that right fingertip, checking in with your hips, making sure they're not way out here or way back here. Trying to find that neutral spot. Rolling those shoulders down your back. Tucking that tailbone slightly to activate that core. We're going to come back around, bringing that left arm around up to crescent. And dropping the left arm or left hand down inside the right foot, right arm up, runner's lunge twist. So from here, we're going to put the weight through your left hand. We're going to step the right leg back, coming into side plank. Really trying to lift those hips up towards the sky. Maybe your right arm stays above, or maybe you lengthen it overhead. From here, we're going to come back the same way we came, using our core. So lifting that top leg, bending that knee, bringing it back around to the top. And then you're going to bring your right hand down to the mat. So you're back in this runner's lunge. So from here, we're going to keep those hands planted. We're going to push ourselves up to standing split. So you're really trying to lift that left leg, trying to get your knee and nose to meet on the right. Maybe you take your supreme balance here. Or maybe you just work on really lifting that lifted leg. Okay, from here, we're going to take a kundalini. So you're going to bend that left knee, bring it behind the right. Maybe your hands stay planted, or maybe you come up into prayer hands. Really trying to get that right heel to your bum. Coming back to standing splits. And back to kundalini. Back to standing splits. This time we're going to take that left knee behind the right as we're coming into kundalini, but we're going to plant the left foot down to the mat. We're going to keep our left hand planted as we inhale the right up. Feeling a nice stretch here in your piriformis. Planting that right hand down, coming back to standing split. And dropping the left foot in line with the right. We're going to inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. Hands together through heart center to Tadasana. How's everybody doing? We're good? Okay, we're going to move on to the other side. If you need to grab a sip of water, you can. And then we'll move on. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. All right, well, whenever you're ready, just meeting me back at the top of your mat. Maybe the break is for me. I need a sip of water. All right. Let's inhale our arms up overhead and exhale back into our chair. Really bringing that belly button to the spine. Making sure you can see your toes. Let's straighten those legs and fly those arms back. Holding here, just making sure that your back is flat. You're in this 90-degree angle. Really trying to activate through those triceps by trying to push those palms to the ceiling. But you don't want to make your arms go towards the ceiling really high. It's just a minor act of pushing your palms towards the ceiling. Inhale up, chair. Exhale, straighten and fly. Belly button to spine, looking straight out and down in front of you to protect your neck. Inhale, up, chair. Exhale, fly those arms. Inhale, up, chair. This time, as you straighten, your legs are going to come up onto those tippy toes and fly those arms back. Drop those heels, inhale, up, chair. Exhale, straighten those legs, coming on those tippy toes. Flying those arms back, belly button to spine. Drop the heels, chair. One more time, straighten those legs, come on those tippy toes. So staying on your tippy toes, come up to Tadasana on your tippy toes and sink down into your ball squat. So holding here, stretching those toes, using that core. Let's slowly try to raise ourselves up on those tippy toes and then drop those heels to Tadasana. Woo, okay. Now we're gonna come into dancer on the other side. So putting the weight through your left foot. Let's inhale the left arm up, right arm out into a serving tray. Lifting the right foot, bringing that knee back in line with your left. Maybe you take an inhale here and exhale as you lengthen forward, pushing that foot and hand together. So finding that connectivity there, really trying to get your right knee back down in line so you're not way out here, so you're back in line. Coming back up, releasing the foot, trying to keep that knee bent and shooting it back to warrior three. My balance is really off today. Let's step the right foot back, coming into crescent. So here in crescent, really just trying to lengthen up through that rib cage as you sink into that left leg. Can you sink a little deeper? Let's drop the right hand and rotate the right foot, coming into warrior two. Really rolling those shoulders down your back, tucking that tailbone. Breathing here, looking over that left middle finger. So rotate back around, using your foot, not your knee, to rotate up to crescent. Dropping your right hand inside your left foot, inhaling the left arm up. And this runner's lunge twist. Putting the weight through your right hand, we're going to step the left foot back, coming into side plank. Lifting those hips towards the sky. Your left arm can be up, or maybe it's overhead. Still lifting those hips. Come back the same way we came, using our core. So stepping the left foot to the top of the mat. Here in runner's lunge. So pausing here, we're gonna step up, coming into standing split. So really trying to lift that right leg up. Maybe you take your supreme balance here. So we're going to come into that Kundalini. So bending that right knee behind the left leg. Hands can stay planted or they can come up into prayer hands. Back down, coming up into standing split. Again, Kundalini. Standing split. This time, taking that knee bent like you're coming into Kundalini, but stepping the right foot outside the left. Keeping the right hand planted, inhaling the left arm up. And this standing split twist is what I'm going to call it. Really feeling a nice stretch here in your piriformis. Planting the left hand down, lifting that right leg back up for standing splits. And then dropping that right foot back in line with left. Let's inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. Hands together through heart center to Tadasana. So let's take a vinyasa because we haven't done that yet. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands going through your vinyasa. Look to the top of the mat, hop, step, or float to the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. Hands together at the top, through heart center to Tadasana. Okay, taking a sip of water if you need to. We're gonna move on to another flow. Ooh, I'm out of breath today. I need to drink more water. I've been obsessed with diet ginger ale. That's all I've been drinking lately. You need to stop. It's not good for you. Water, water, water. Okay, just meeting me at the top of your mat whenever you're ready. So, we're gonna do something weird because you guys know I like to get weird. Do it often. So, we're going to, I'll explain what we're gonna do first and I'll show you so that you know what we'll be doing. So we're going to be starting on the right side. So we'll lift our leg up, bring it out and around to the outside. Take a high squat. So you're not gonna come into low that high. And then you'll come back up. If you wanna come back around the way we came, you can. And then we'll do it on the left. We're gonna do it twice that way. And then the third time, we're gonna take Malasana on each side. So, if you want your hands to start at prayer or at your hips, whatever feels good. So let's inhale the right knee up. I say extend it if that feels good, or you can keep it bent if that feels good. So I'm gonna extend mine, rotate it out to the right, plant it, and squat. Come back up. If you want to come back around the way we came, you can, or just bring it back in line. Good job, Phyllis. Bring the knee on the left side up. Maybe you extend it out. Rotate it around, plant it down, and squat. So Amy, can you bend into both knees, into a high squat? There you go, like that. Come back up. And either come back around the way you came or just bring it back in line. So we'll do it again on each side. So lift the right knee, bring it your leg out and around and squat into this high squat. Up and coming back around. Good job, Kathy. Let's do the left side. Coming in this high squat. Good job, Amy. Back up and back around. This time, we're gonna come into Malasana. So we'll bring the right knee up, Extend the leg, rotate it out wide, and come into your Malasana squat. So your elbows are inside your legs. So holding here, just opening up. Coming back up to your squat and then back up straight. Coming back around and in line. Good job, Kathy. Imagine you're kicking that pandemic butt as you come back around, you know? So inhale the left knee up, out, around, and squat into your Malasana. If you want to try to take your crow here, you can, or you can just stay in your Malasana. Good job, Maria and Emily. Good job, Phyllis. Can't see anybody else taking their crow, but good job. And then whenever you're done playing, just coming back up and bringing that leg back around to a Tadasana. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna inhale the arms up, exhale, fold. Planting those hands, we're gonna lift the left leg up into this standing split, just to bring the left leg to the back of the mat. Inhaling up, crescent. Lunging into that leg. So we're gonna drop the left hand down, rotate the back foot coming into warrior two. And from here, we're gonna flip the front palm, we're gonna straighten the front leg and come in this straight leg peaceful. Looking up or looking down, whatever feels good on your neck. Keeping your legs straight, bring your arms out. We're gonna shoot our hips to the back, arms out front, coming into triangle. So imagine here in triangle that you're between two panes of glass. Really want to try to rotate those hips and heart open. But I really want you to think here about not putting all the weight in your front leg. So if you can think about putting the weight to the back side of that back foot, it'll cause you to lift and use your core so you're not dumping into that front leg. So really try to push the weight to the back side of the foot and use that core. Let's take the left hand to our hip, right arm out in front of us as we're going to transition into your half moon. So your right hand is at the upper corner of the right side of the mat. Your left foot is flexed as if you're pushing the wall away from you that's behind you. Maybe you practice bringing that right hand off the mat. So from half moon, we're going to transition to wide leg or five-pointed star. So you're going to drop the left foot to the back of the mat, inhale up, rotate the right foot, five-pointed star. Taking a big inhale here, and exhale, fold forward. So you're here in this wide-legged fold. So you can take whatever version that you need in this fold. So maybe you twist it out. Maybe you take an inversion or a tripod. Maybe you just stay in stillness, trying to get a nice stretch by reaching to the back of the mat. Trying to get your head towards the mat. Whatever feels good. Whenever you're done playing, we're just going to take our right foot, rotate it to the top of the mat, leaving your left foot as it is. We're going to windmill those arms up and around to warrior two. Holding here. Now windmill your hands down, going through your vinyasa. Or skipping and going straight to down dog. So from down dog, we're gonna look to the top of the mat, hop, step, or float. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. Hands together at the top and through heart center. Okay, we get to do that fun squatting stuff again. Don't you just love it? So let's start with the left side this time. So we're gonna inhale the left knee up, straighten the leg, rotate it out to the side and squat to a high squat. Hold here. Straighten up, come back around, and lift the right knee. Straighten that leg, externally rotate it out to the side, and high squat. Good job, Tamara. Inhale up, come back around. Good job. Using that core as you come back up. So doing it on the left side again. High squat, holding here. Come back up, come back around, and on the right. So right knee up, extend, rotate out, high squat. Good job. You feel like we're doing some martial arts maybe. Come back up and come back around. Okay, so this time we're gonna come into Malasana. So lift the left knee, extend and externally rotate. Set it down and come into Malasana. Holding here just for a moment. Chest proud. Inhale, coming up and come back around. One more time on the other side. So right knee up, extend and externally rotate. Squat down to Malasana. Maybe you hold here, or maybe you try to take your crow. So maybe you plant your hands, heel toe your feet together. Bring your knees up into your armpits as you lean forward, looking straight out and down in front of you, and lifting those feet. So playing for a moment and then coming back to that Malasana. Coming back up, bringing that right foot back around to the top of the mat. So let's inhale our arms up. Exhale, fold. This time we're gonna plant our hands and we're gonna lift the right leg coming into that standing split. And then we're gonna step the right leg to the back of the mat, coming in to crescent. Pulling those shoulders down that back, but really lifting up through the rib cage as you lunge into that left leg. Dropping the right arm down, rotating the right foot, warrior two. Flip the front palm, straighten the front leg, inhale up, straight leg, beautiful. Looking up or looking down. Keeping those legs straight, arms out. Shooting those hips to the back, arms out front, coming in to your version of triangle. Trying to really think about putting the weight evenly distributed through both your front, your back foot. But putting the weight to the outer edge of that back foot to really engage that core. Imagining you're between two panes of glass here. So from here, we're going to transition into our half moon. So getting there, how it feels good, pushing up and off that back leg into half moon. Really thinking about pushing that right foot into the wall behind you. Maybe you try your balance here by lifting that left hand off the mat. So we're going to transition to wide leg fold. So stepping that right foot to the back, rotating the left foot, 5-pointed star. Taking an inhale and exhale, fold. Taking whatever you need here. This time I am going to twist, but you take what you need. So I'm going to plant the right hand underneath my face and inhale the left arm up. And then switching sides. Coming back to center, see if you guys, I want you to all twist with me if you can a little deeper. So I want you to take your right hand on the outside of that left foot, grabbing that left ankle, and then inhale the right arm up. So staying here, or maybe you take that right arm behind you and really rotate that heart open. As we learned last week, twisting, heart openers all help with our immune system. Releasing and coming back, changing sides. So taking that left arm or left hand to the outside of that right foot, grabbing that right ankle, left arm up. Staying here or binding it around. Coming back around. Let's rotate that left foot to the front of the mat, leaving your right foot as it is. And let's windmill up to warrior two. Sorry, all my shirts acting up, not the right shirt to wear for yoga. Really lunging into that left leg, evenly distributing the weight through both your feet so you're imagining pulling the mat apart. Checking in with those hips to see if they're neutral. And windmilling your hands down, going through your vinyasa. So from here, we're going to walk to the back of the mat using your core. We're going to bring our feet 2 fist width distance apart. We're going to make peace fingers with our fingers clasping our big toes. We're going to inhale with a half lift and exhale, fold using your biceps to pull you down. Releasing that head. Releasing those toes. Let's heel toe our feet back together. Let's inhale with a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. Hands together at the top. We're going to take our right hand and clasp our left wrist. And we're going to inhale as we lift out through our rib cage, extending up, and exhaling over to the right. So squaring those hips, looking up or looking down. Inhale up, switching wrists. So grabbing your right wrist with your left hand. Inhale, lifting up and extending over to the left side. Inhaling back up and exhale, fold. Walk our hands out to plank. From plank, we're gonna do our ab workout, okay? So from here, we're gonna come to our forearms. So come to forearm plank, holding here, puffing that space through your shoulders, booties down. Let's walk our feet up to dolphin, to your edge, and we're gonna hold here. Breathing. Walking those feet back out to forearm plank, holding here. Walking up to dolphin, holding here. Walking back out to forearm plank, holding here. Walking back up to to dolphin, holding here. Walking back out to forearm plank. Let's drop down to our bellies. From here, we're gonna come into Sphinx pose, so your elbows are in, your hands the top of the mat, and you're just gonna push your pelvis into the mat as you shine your heart through. You wanna take your hands, straighten those arms, bring your hands to the outer edges of the mat, you can. A little more intense back bend here. Coming back down to the mat. Coming back with those forearms in line so that we can curl our toes under. Coming back to forearm plank. From here, we're gonna dip our hips to the right and to the left. So you're gonna dip them to the right, come back to center, dip them to the left. Come back to center, dip them to the right. Back to center, dip them to the left. Back to center, to the right. Center, left. Taking 2 more each side on your own. When you're done, come into your bellies. Come into your chins. And just windshield wipering those legs. From here, we're gonna take our left arm out to a T, bringing your right hand, spider fingers in front of your face. You're gonna lift your right leg and bring it over behind the left, getting a nice shoulder stretch here. Coming back around. And we're just gonna switch sides. So bringing the right arm out, fingertips in front of your face on the left, lifting the left leg up and over with this shoulder roll out. Coming back up, around and over. So from here, we're gonna take 3 back bends. So I'm gonna let you guys either take, let's see, a bow pose. You can take a locust pose. You could even flip over to your backs, take a wheel or a bridge. But we're gonna take 3 back bends today because back bends help so much with our immune system. So let's take 3 and try to take 5 breaths in each pose. So I'm gonna do a locust pose, but you guys please feel free to do whatever your body is telling you to do. So if you're taking a locust pose, you're just gonna bring your legs in line, zippering them together, chin to the mat, arms out to the side, maybe palms up. And we're gonna inhale, lifting your upper and lower body, trying to push those palms towards the ceiling, pushing that pelvis into the mat, looking straight out and down in front of you. Coming down and windshield wipering when you're done. So next I'm gonna take a bow pose. So I'm gonna keep my knees bent and I'm gonna grab my ankles, bringing my knees back in line. And I'm gonna inhale as I lift up, lifting my legs and my chest off the mat. Pushing those feet into those hands. And coming down after your 5th breath and windshield wipering those legs. And I'm gonna flip over to my back and take a wheel pose. The wheel is in your practice. Take a wheel if you'd like, or bridge, whatever's in your practice today. And whenever you're done with your back bend, no rush, just meeting me on your back. From here, we're just going to take a long body stretch. And we're going to hug our right knee in, clasping your hands around that shin, flexing your left foot. Staying here, really getting that leg up into your colon. Maybe you rotate your ankle around, or maybe you stay in stillness. Lengthening back out to a long body stretch. And inhaling the left leg in this time. Flexing the right foot, keeping your leg lengthened on the right. Left leg up and into your colon. Really trying to build that connection there. Maybe you rotate your left ankle around, or maybe you stay in stillness. Lengthening the left leg back out. Let's take a long body stretch here. And then let's bring both knees in to your chest. Maybe you roll on your back, or maybe you stay in stillness. Maybe you make this gentle, or maybe you squeeze those legs up into your upper body. Coming into this little ball. Releasing and grabbing the outer edges of your feet, coming into happy baby. So really trying to use your biceps as you pull down on those feet. Trying to get those knees to the mat. I wish I could give you guys a big old juicy assist, but imagine I'm virtually giving you one now. Releasing your happy baby, placing your feet to the mat. Let's bring our arms out to a T and place our right foot on top of our left thigh. Let's shift our knees over to the left, looking over your right shoulder. Your knees are on the mat or on the ground towards the left, and you're looking over the right shoulder. So staying here, maybe you take your left hand on top of your right leg and give yourself a little assist here. Inhaling back to center. And we're just going to switch sides. So bringing your left foot on top of your right thigh. Lifting those hips and dropping those knees to the right side on the ground. Looking over your left shoulder. Staying here, maybe you take your right hand and place it on top of your left thigh as you give yourself a little assist here to deepen the stretch. Inhaling back to center. Take one more long body stretch here. Taking any other pose that you feel like you might need before we go into our final resting pose, Shavasana. So here in Shavasana, I really want us to take a good body scan. So I want us to start with our eyes. And I really want us to tighten our eyes, like squeeze them really tight, and then release them. So squeeze, like squinting your eyes really tight, and then release them. Maybe you roll them around and socket a few ways. A few times around one side and then the other. Making circles. I want you to bring awareness to your jaw, and I really want you to open your jaw wide. And then close your mouth. And I want you to do that again, opening it wide. And then close your mouth. Releasing your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Generously keeping your lips parted. I want you to bring awareness to your shoulder, really releasing any tension that you're holding there in your shoulders. Whether than that's just trying to keep your back really flat, if that feels good. I like to shimmy my shoulder blades up underneath one another and create a little shelf for my shoulders. Really releasing through your chest, through your biceps and triceps. Releasing through your elbows, forearms, all the way down to your wrists, down to your fingertips. I want you to roll your hands around, wiggling those fingers. Maybe you ball up your fist really tight and then spread your fingers really wide, releasing. Maybe you even think of something that doesn't serve you as you ball your fist up really tight. And then release, opening your hands, letting it go. I want you to bring awareness to your core and sacrum. Really just release any tension you're holding there. Your hips, through your thighs, hamstrings. Releasing through your knees, all the way down to your calves and your shins, your ankles, all the way down to your toes. Maybe point your big toes in towards one another and let them flop out a few times. Really releasing those legs. We worked them hard today. Fully just letting yourself go into the mat. Slowing down that breath.
Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Start to deepen the breath a little more. Maybe you stay here and maybe take a long body stretch. Maybe you stay in the full body stretch, and maybe begin to hug your knees in. Give yourself a little love and gratitude for joining today. For live stream yoga. Do something good for yourself, for your mind, and for your body. Staying here, rolling over to your most supportive side. Letting the benefits of your practice set in. Noticing how you feel. Push yourself up to a comfortable seated position with heavy eyes. Rolling your shoulders down your back. Let's inhale our arms up overhead, bringing our hands together and through heart center. To close practice, I want us to go back to that breath that we were doing at the beginning of class. Maybe you inhale for a count of 3 or 5. A big inhale, filling up your lungs. Pausing and exhaling for the same count. Take a few of these breaths. I want to thank you guys for joining me in practice today. You guys are all so special and wonderful, and I miss you guys dearly. Try to go throughout this week really trying to focus on those things that you're grateful for, the things that bring you pleasure, and the times that you get to have right now that maybe make you slow down and appreciate the good, clean fun that we used to have. I wish you guys peace, good health throughout this week. Spread love to yourself and to others. Namaste. Thank you guys.
That was good. Worked up a sweat.
Good deal. Hopefully you worked up a sweat, but you feel a little peace too.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Hey, I don't think we're having class next Sunday because of Easter, right? Yeah. So I'll see you guys the following Sunday.
Sounds great.
Bye, guys.
Happy Easter.
Thank you.
Happy Easter.